Friday night, and I'm trying to share uh, my link. So excuse me one minute here. I'm trying to figure this thing out. Um, why the heck did that happen? I have no idea. But yeah. So had a great time down in Deep Ellum yesterday. Um, got to see lots of my friends, Jeremy and Evie and Lily and Philip and um, the dames of the round table. Uh, and it's great to see them all out there. And tomorrow I will be at FinCon running a Munchkins game. It's going to be a lot different than what I've usually run. I'm going to be doing the Epic Munchkin. What the heck? I could hear myself speaking on another page. That's funny. I think I pressed play on the video link, and so that's what's happening. So I'm going to go close down this other. Um, okay, I can. I'm now currently catching up to where the other video is. So now I simply have this up, and hi. I'll get this stuff figured out eventually. Um, yeah, so tomorrow's FinCon. I'm looking forward to seeing Steve Jackson. Um, I started out when I began to do gaming again, and I was thinking about the other day. I did a little bit of gaming while I was a Christian, but not a whole lot. Actually, I had a little group that I was back in Victoria, Texas, and it was called Golden Crescent Gaming Association, and they it was a bunch of guys, not a single female in our bunch, and we played games, mainly role playing games. Um, but one of the games that I played was GURPS, which is Steve Jackson's game. And the great thing about GURPS, which stands for a generic universal role playing system, yeah, is that you can be anything, and it just allows you to. If you want to play a superhero, you got to play a superhero. If you wanted to play a fantasy character or a space character, and the DM that we had, or GM, as they would call them, only dungeon masters got called DMs. The game master had tons of GURPS of books, and it was great to see that, and to um, and then just to know that way back then I knew of Steve Jackson, and now I may be able to get a chance to meet him, um, and I'm playing his games um, while he's inside the same building. It's just surreal for me. Um, so if you're going to be able to come out to FinCon, come out. It's a great convention. From what I've seen, they got lots and lots of great panels. Tiffany Franzoni, thank you so much for having me out and allowing me to run some games. Um, I really hope I get to see more people out there. And I'm going to see over here, see if anybody. Nope, no viewers. That's okay. Um, let's see. At the Vinyl Thoughts um, toy show yesterday was great. It was just so many creative um, art pieces and several great artists there. Um, the things that they've done with the monies, I think that's right. Instead of money, it's called money. and the little bunnies, and then they decorate them, and all these other kind of toys too, and some great pieces of art that I would love to have somewhere in my house. Um, the problem being is that I don't have the funds for that, and they're still worth it. If you can afford it, go get it. Enjoy that. Um, but I, alas, don't have those kind of funds. So, but kudos to them getting that out. And there's a few people that were a little bit inebriated last night because there's a free event and it was free alcohol. So put those together, yeah, you're gonna have some people that are a little bit on the tipsy side. But my friend Zach O'Reilly took me out there and put up my wheelchairness, and he was my Viking I was gonna say my Viking barbarian, my Viking bodyguard. He said, he's like, if they don't have a ramp, I don't need a ramp. I'll just pick you up. And this message is brought to you by Fast and Custom T-shirts. Not really. Um, this is one of my favorite T-shirts. It's the Carnival Code. Yeah, I don't want to go down too far. Yeah, there you go. See the whole thing there. And get to go buy some T-shirts from him. He's a great guy, great geek, and he does some great product. I'm planning in October to buy a good number of his T-shirts. And I've got a package behind me that I'm shipping out to him too. So that's lots of love for you, Joe. Oh yeah. Anyway, um, so yeah, so this weekend I'm looking forward to playing lots of games and meeting a lot of new people and doing a lot of. I'm gonna try to do a lot of networking for not only for GeekyCon, which we're shooting for next December, um, and also GPS and get some feedback on project. Because once again, as I said in my very first video, this is not about me. This is about what the geeks want, and our convention is geared around. It's built by the geeks for the geeks. What you love to see in conventions, we want to put it inside the geek yarn, and we want to be able to offer that to the people that don't get a chance to go to geek convention. So that's something that's on our heart, and we definitely that's where our funds and everything else goes towards. Um, what else? I was going to talk about something else, but yeah, can't think of it right offhand. Um, you know what we'll do? Let's talk about. Hold on. Yes, sir. You're going to bed. Well, good night to you, Mr. T. Come here. My son decided he wanted to come in the room and say hi. So, hi. I don't think they can hear you unless it maybe be my speaker. So, okay. I love you. Okay, stop being a. All right. Love you. Good night. Close that door. Thank you. He is a Star Wars freak. He loves the Star Wars. He's always asking, wanting to play with my toys. Do you get that? If you're an adult and you have younger children in your house and they want to play with your toys, you're like, I don't want it to be broken. I have up here on my shelf, I have lots of little miniatures and little bitty toys, and I'll show you one of my one and only Masters of the Universe character. I love Masters of the Universe. I just haven't bought any lately, but I have this guy, and it's very cool. You can see, here you go. And when he moves the gears, and then his mouth opens. Yeah, obviously he's a missing hand. I believe it came with a missile or a claw or something like that. I had looked him up, but very rare for me to ever. I never saw this when I was growing up. So it's probably a later year Masters of the Universe. But letting them hold, and I want to encourage them to play with the toys. I mean, I typically don't keep toys very long in the box. I know they kill the collectability of it. Yeah, let's talk about that. Yeah, I want to talk about collectability because some of the stuff I understand is a lot, lots of work, lots of it. Like some of the comic books I have up on the wall, if they're in vintage, if they're in really good shape, would be a couple of $100, whatever. But if I run across a very poor, fair comic book, as long as I can read it, I want it. It's not about the value of it. It's about the reading of the comic book or playing with the toy. Um, and that's the reason why I love the vintage toy stores, DFW Vintage Toys and Dallas Vintage Toys. Um, they let they don't have a whole lot of stuff in the box. I want to be able to feel it. I want to be able to touch it. I want to play with it. I want to sniff it. Not really. Lick it? No. No, I'm not going to do that either because I don't know whose hands have been on the actual toys. So, but and I know that that's what brings in a lot of money to a lot of the comic book industry is that having these priced um, comic books. So I don't know if you are. Oh wow, I have a viewer. So I don't know if you do it or not. Um, I'm going to turn on this little side thing real quick to see if anyone's joined me and showcase questions and answers and bada bing, bada boom. Okay, so now I have a questions thing there. So if you had any questions for me, if anybody shows up, um, feel free to ask me. Um, but back to the point of, um, I understand people need to make money. I understand that there's a profit to be made selling comic books, especially back issues. But there's just something about finding that 25-cent comic book or that toy that it has a little bit rough and tear, has a little bit of roughness to it, but still the toy. That's still something from our past or something that we just uh, currently like. Um, so I personally go for the bargain stuff. That's just what I enjoy. Um, and I think we put too much emphasis on the grading stuff, and but I think that kind of goes to our society. We value things differently um, than what I probably value things. So there's that. We've got lots of. Oh, I know what I wanted to talk about. Hello, hello there. There is a new social network going on um, that I've recently joined. You can find me on Geeky Hoodie. Um, I'm not sure what to think about it. It's very basic, and the only way you can be able to um, join the uh, social network is through email. So basically, I have to generate a code for you, and I think you only get like 5 invites. So it feels very exclusive right now, but I think it's just simply they don't want to be overwhelmed. Um, it's black and white with gray comment boxes, and so it's very much a minimalist kind of feel to it, which is nice. Um, One of the things that I've noticed today is that they actually have um, animation. So I guess you can post GIFs on there, and so you have the animated stuff, which Google Plus already has, but I think Google Plus is not going to get the hype that this one is because Google Plus had their chance. They ruined it by not allowing you to just be who you are. And on Hello, and there's no ads. Um, there is no restrictions on what your name can be. So you can be Geeky Hoodie or you can be my friend One Up. Um, and you can share things with others. The interface is kind of hard to get used to, but isn't it anything? All new technology is you get that comes in. There's going to be a learning curve to it. So I really don't see that as a big problem with the network. Um, what would suck is if this company was like, oh, I'm going to shut down, but I'm going to keep all of your emails. Just a big collection of emails. So, um, and if you join up, let me know what you think about it. Put in the comments after this is ended in the YouTube channel thingy, thingy. And let me know what you think. And if you have a handle, I'll add you up as well. So there's that. I'm hoping maybe next week. Matter of fact, I don't know if this is really geeky news, but I've been approved for my prosthetic leg. For those that don't know, I am an amputee since July 2nd, and it looks like the DARS, which is a program here in the state of Texas that helps some people get back to work, which I want to work, um, they'll pay for my leg, my prosthetic leg, so I can get back on my feet. And the feeling of knowing that that's going to happen is awesome. Um, I don't like being pushed around and have to get special. And I'm sure anybody that's been disabled doesn't like that feeling of everywhere you have to go with somebody. So I can be able to go to conventions and not have to have someone take me. you know, um, I can be able to get into places and not have to worry about, um, especially the handicap bathroom. But that's another story for another time. But yeah, so it's going to be this little it has a little titanium, and the foot will actually be able to bend. That I can be able to, so I can be able to have my heel and so I can have a better, so I can walk better with it. But there's still going to be a learning curve to that, and I think that's just something in life we'll have to get used to. Is that anything new, we're just going to have to learn to adapt, or we get left behind. I think a lot of people who complain. I think that it's very cool that I'm a big '80s guy that we enjoy our vintage stuff, but some things shouldn't be vintage, like hate and discrimination and judgment based upon appearance, things of that sort. Probably need to just get out of here. Probably need to leave those things behind and play with your muscle toys, which I have lots of muscles. And I have a necklace around here somewhere too. So, matter of fact, tomorrow I'm using um, some of my toys in the Munchkin game, and I'm giving them a certain power to be able to use. So uh, I think that's going to be fun to throw in some house rules. But anywho, um, that's about it for now. I think I talked long enough here. We hit a lot of subjects. Um, I've been hitting up a lot more on Google Plus now that just a few weeks ago I learned that they changed the name process on it, which I learned about it doesn't mean that they just did it. They've had this, I believe it was last year that they changed the name policy, but I didn't go back because I didn't want them to change my identity of who I am. Um, so there's that. So All right. Well, hopefully you have oh, and by the way, if you're in San Antonio and you're watching this, make sure you go out to the Alamo City Comic Con and tell my friend Joe Garcia hi. If you're in a customer, he basically looks like a Dio lookalike. So if you see a guy walking around with Dio with a T-shirt on, that's him. Smack him in the face for me, give him a kiss, and tell him that he's got cute buns. And then if you find Pinche Games, give Vince and Big O celebrity kiss for me, and do the same for Colleen, and tell them I love them and I appreciate them, and they are family to me. So go show them some love, and yeah. So hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow. If not, hope to see you guys out and about soon. And I won't be doing this video. I'll do this. I'll probably kick it. I'm going to probably do this if I can. I'll probably do it maybe I don't know every night, maybe unless I have something else. I think we have appointments on Tuesday nights. I don't know. I'm gonna fill it out and see where it goes, and we'll go from there. So love you guys. Have a great night. Thanks for watching, whoever that is. So bye. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do.